So every single year, Apple releases a new phone, convincing us that this year's model is better than the last. Here is the new iPhone 14 Pro, and one of the huge upgrades this year is the cameras. So if you weren't already convinced that Apple is targeting content creators when releasing these new phones, then maybe this year won you over. The new iPhone 14 Pro comes with some very impressive camera upgrades this year, and today I want to show you and tell you everything you need to know about those new cameras. So this year we get 4 new cameras. Starting with the first one we all know and love, we have the 24mm main camera, which actually has a 1.7 aperture, and this year we actually get 48 megapixels on that new camera. So I do want to make a note that only one of these cameras can actually shoot 48 megapixels, and that's that main camera at 24 millimeters. All the other cameras actually shoot at 12 megapixels. However, that is still an upgrade because of the bigger sensor, which also upgrades the low light capabilities as well. So you should see an improvement across all the images, even though only one of them shoots at 48 megapixels. So this year, the ultra wide camera actually got a 3x improvement in low light. Next, we have our 3x telephoto lens coming in at 77 millimeters with a 2.8 aperture. Now, like I said, we actually got 4 new camera upgrades this year, which means flipping around to the front of the camera, we now have some new things in this front-facing camera that we didn't have before. One of those being autofocus for the first time. We do get a much larger sensor behind all these cameras this year, which means you're gonna have a lot more natural blur behind you, which is always a plus. So this year we basically get 2 new things with video. The first one is cinematic mode, now upgraded to 4K at 30 frames per second. I honestly wish this is something that they rolled out whenever they first announced cinematic mode, but at least we get it this year. So if you're someone who wants to go a step further to get those nice blurry backgrounds, even though you do already get a lot more of that because of the bigger sensor, then you can actually do that with AI with cinematic mode. Now I personally won't be using cinematic mode as much because I'm very happy with the new background separation we get because of the larger sensor. But for you guys who are interested in what that looks like, here's a few examples. Now the next update that we get in video this year is something called action mode. This literally makes your camera look like it's on a gimbal. However, you're just holding it in your hands and you're videoing either a fast moving subject or a person walking, and it just looks so freaking smooth. This is actually very, very impressive, and I do see a lot of people using this, whether they're doing announcements and the subject is walking around, or a lot of real estate agents may use this whenever they're trying to do phone videos of their listings, and the list can really go on and on. If you're a content creator who's looking to get some stabilized footage, I don't know if you really need to buy something like the DJI Osmo or anything like the Crane gimbals for your phone. I mean, this does such a good job that I don't know if those things are even necessary anymore. I would love to know what you guys think about this new action mode in the comment section below, but for me, I think it's very, very impressive, and I think that a lot of content creators will definitely benefit from this. Alright, so I got a chance to actually go around and shoot some images, some videos with this new camera. And here's some things that I want to say about it. First off, I do want to say that the 48 megapixel camera is very impressive. There's a huge noticeable difference in that camera compared to the other ones, and whenever you zoom in, it becomes even more apparent. Now, in case you guys didn't know, you actually have to be shooting in Pro RAW to get that 48 megapixels on that main camera. However, I would be doing this anyways because this is going to get you the best results whenever you're trying to edit these photos in Lightroom or whatever editor of your choice. Now, whenever I shot these photos in studio, I was actually using the native camera app, and I noticed some weird things happening with the photos. So in this example, you can actually see that there's something very weird going on with some type of AI with the photos, where it's actually doing this silhouette around the actual subject, and I'm not sure why it's doing this. This is not a shadow, it's just creating this weird outline around them. Now, while also shooting those 48 megapixels, I noticed that the phone slows down significantly. I can't actually capture as many images as I could before because it's taking a moment to actually capture that 48 megapixel photo or save it. I'm not sure what's happening right there, but I can only click the button so many times before I can actually click the button again to take the next photo. So let's say that you're someone with an iPhone 11 or an iPhone 12. I would definitely say that the upgrade is worth it if you love to take photos and videos on your phone, because you're definitely gonna notice a huge difference when capturing moments on this new device. I'm super happy with this new True Depth camera because we can now actually capture video of ourselves at high quality and still be able to see ourselves. Now, if you're someone who's interested in all the other updates that came with the iPhone 14 Pro, then I recommend that you go ahead and subscribe because I'll definitely be posting more videos about that to this channel. But if you're someone who's looking for some more photo or video gear to go with your new phone, then I recommend that you check out this playlist right over here.